know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today.
There will never be a great series of movies like the Friday trilogy. These movies will forever be cherished, praised, and shared for generations throughout the black community. Next Friday brought the hood to the suburbs. Friday After Next took us through the worst day imaginable. But neither of those two can even compare to the original. Honestly, Friday may be the greatest hood movie ever created. But before we get into all that, this video will have spoilers, so if you haven't seen the Friday trilogy, which I highly doubt, or you haven't seen them in a while, turn this video down, keep the video up, and go watch them. I need the views. Also, hit that like and subscribe button unless you want me to be out here struggling like Craig and Day Day.
Come on, man. Why don't you buy me 40 ounces for my birthday?
Today your birthday?
What's today?
Man, come on.
The original Friday was released in April of 1995. I think a lot of people would agree that comedy was at its peak in the 90s, specifically when we're talking about urban comedy. A time before being sensitive to the feelings of society ruined the genre. Friday was one of the many films that captured that golden era. The comedy back then was very instinctive because the comedians during that time period were naturally funny. They didn't try to oversell their jokes to where it appeared that they were trying to make us laugh. John Witherspoon is the perfect example of this. Friday presented us with situations that were very relatable in some form or fashion. Your mama sending you to the store with little to no money, encountering people who's always asking to borrow shit with no intentions on returning it, or getting shot at. Well, maybe not getting shot at. Friday being so on brand as well as being able to connect with majority of its audience's livelihood has earned this movie a status of legendary.
Oh, my neck! My back! My neck and my back! Oh!
Just as it was Craig's first time hitting some Reggie, it was Ice Cube's first time writing a movie. It was also F. Gary Gray's debut directed feature. Now, what makes Friday great is that the casting is unmatched. Some of the actors were still kind of fresh into their film career when Friday came out. Acts like Nia Long and Regina King would become household names and would leave an impact in cinema. An all-star lineup of comedians at the top of their game is an automatic success. AJ Johnson, Bernie Mac, Faison Love, Chris Tucker, John Witherspoon, Yvette Wilson, the list goes on. Blending the different comedy styles that in turn complements the storyline makes Friday stand out from the others. Having a mass amount of talent and giving everyone time to shine without compromising one another is what helped bring this movie to prominence. Every named character has at least one memorable moment or scene in this movie. No matter how big or small the role was, they executed perfectly and earned their admiration.
Ooh, what's up? Not a damn thing!
Hands down, Friday is the best movie in the franchise. A lot of people are drawn to Friday After Next, and I can understand why. But Friday has a lot of elements that separate it from the sequels. It's the only movie that takes itself seriously. Although the latter two films had real life issues surrounding the plot, the original was the only one that had the consequences of their actions play out in front of us. Like Big Worm sending them shooters at Craig and Smokey for not having his money by 10 o'clock, not 10:03, not 10:36. Friday really taught life lessons and delivered them in a way that we took them seriously. Like, bullies will reap what they sow. Don't play with people's money, and a gun doesn't make you a man. Fighting your battles does. And as a bonus, there's no shame in using a brick for assistance when you're fighting those battles. If they would have presented those lessons in a completely joking manner, the message would have been swept under the rug as something to just laugh at and then move on to the next thing. That sense of understanding and trusting the audience is what has generated undeniable love for this movie almost 3 decades later.
You got knocked the fuck out, man! Give me my goddamn...
Now, this isn't like any other hood movie. Movies like Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood take the dramatic approach when depicting the struggles of navigating through low economical environments. The experience of losing loved ones, watching a minor situation escalate into something major, or witnessing your friends become products of their environments. These movies are unquestionably classics, yet they show the sadness and chaos of this lifestyle. As Ice Cube says, Friday shows that people who live in those rough communities aren't just sad, angry, and violent. They laugh and have fun too. It isn't only tears, harassment, and fear that consume these people in the hood. There are good times, love, and funny moments. Ice Cube brought a new perspective to the hood genre that spawned a lot of movies to follow suit, such as I Got the Hookup, Three Strikes, and The Wash.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.
As I've alluded to already, the Friday franchise has done so much for its audience and shed a light on a multitude of talent that went on to have extreme success as well as an impact in the film industry, in comedy, and on the culture. The original Friday had a lot of raw talent, heart, and jokes that balanced out. I personally like comedy movies that don't only focus on the comedic aspect of the genre. Tell me a good story, work the comedy around the story, and give me a couple dramatic scenes to drive home the message, or emphasize the importance of the conflict. Friday does just that.
Look, she bending over. Lord have mercy. The Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want.
For years, there's been talks about a potential fourth Friday, but honestly, I think they should just leave it alone. A fourth Friday movie would for sure be trash. I feel like it would turn out like I Got the Hookup 2 or How High 2. Garbage. The new age comedians aren't built to be on films. They have a hard time playing an actual character that is not based on their current lifestyle. We won't see any of the new comedians play a crackhead or a gay gangster. They are comfortable playing themselves in movies and having zero acting skills. They just do a lot of antics and try too hard to be funny. Most hood comedies nowadays have random comedians taking turns getting their jokes off for the sake of it. For a legendary franchise like Friday, making a fourth movie in this climate of urban comedy would be doing it a disservice. Let's just enjoy the three great movies we have and not ruin this franchise because we want a sequel for the sake of having it. And let's start with this DC young fly can play Chris Tucker's son. Just because he sounds like Chris doesn't mean he needs to be a part of his legacy role.
Just give me 3.5 minutes, maybe even 4. She'll be wanting to marry a nigga.
Overall, Friday is unmatched and undisputed when it comes to comedy in general. Nothing more, nothing less. The movie speaks for itself, but if you disagree, let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on the Friday franchise. And how would you rank these movies? Do you think a fourth Friday should happen, and if it does, do you think it'll live up to its predecessors? Also, make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button and notification bell on your way out, and be sure to follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description. I got like 6 followers, so I'm struggling on that end. But anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Y'all be easy.
Niggas are broke these days.
I don't think you applying yourself, Smokey.
Huh?